The Journey of Pip, the Migrating Bird. Once upon a time, there was a little bird named Pip. Pip was a tiny, brown bird with a bright yellow belly. He lived in a forest with his family and friends. However, as the leaves started to turn brown, and the wind became chilly, Pip knew that it was time to migrate to a warmer place. Pip had never traveled such a long distance before, and he was a little scared. But he knew that he had to leave to find a new home where he could live comfortably during the winter. One morning, Pip and his family flew high up into the sky and began their journey. Pip looked down and saw the beautiful forest disappearing below him. He flapped his tiny wings and flew alongside his family, looking at the beautiful clouds and the vast blue sky. The journey was long and tiring, but Pip was excited to see new places and meet new friends. As they flew over mountains, oceans, and cities, Pip couldn't help but feel a sense of adventure. The journey was not easy, and Pip faced many challenges along the way, but he remained determined and kept flying. He knew that his new home was waiting for him, and he was eager to find it. Finally, after days of flying, Pip and his family saw a beautiful land full of sunshine and warmth. They landed on a tree and looked around. It was a beautiful place with many other birds like them. Pip was overjoyed to have found a new home, and he knew that he and his family would be happy there. He looked forward to the adventures that awaited him in his new home. Pip and his family spent the next few days exploring their new home. They met new birds, tasted new fruits, and played in the warm sunshine. Pip was amazed by the beautiful flowers and the crystal-clear streams that flowed through the land. As days went by, Pip noticed that the other birds in the land were very friendly and welcoming. They showed him and his family around, and even shared their food and water with them. Pip was happy to have made new friends and was grateful for their kindness. However, as much as Pip loved his new home, he couldn't help but feel a little homesick. He missed his old friends and the beautiful forest where he used to live. He wondered how they were doing and hoped that they were safe and warm. Despite his longing for his old home, Pip knew that he had made the right decision by migrating to a warmer place. He knew that it was necessary to survive the harsh winter, and he was happy to have found a new home where he could live comfortably. As the days passed, Pip began to adapt to his new surroundings. He explored new places and met new friends. He realized that his journey had not only led him to a new home but had also taught him valuable lessons about resilience, perseverance, and the importance of adaptability. One day, while Pip was exploring his new home, he met a wise old bird named Owlie. Owlie was a great traveler and had seen many parts of the world. Pip was excited to meet him and asked him about his travels. Owlie shared stories about his adventures and the many different birds he had met along the way. He told Pip about the importance of being curious and open-minded and the many wonders that could be found in the world. As they spoke, Pip felt inspired and wondered about the many possibilities that lay ahead. He realized that there was so much more to explore and discover in the world. Owlie also shared with Pip the importance of staying connected to his roots and never forgetting where he came from. He reminded Pip of his old home and the friends he had left behind. He encouraged Pip to keep in touch with them and to visit them when he could. Pip was grateful for Owlie's wisdom and promised to remember his advice. He knew that he would always carry with him the lessons he had learned on his journey. As Pip flew back to his new home, he felt a sense of purpose and direction. He knew that he had found a new home, but he also knew that he would always remember his old home and the memories he had made there. He looked forward to the many adventures that lay ahead and the new friends he would make along the way. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Pip settled into his new home, and he made many new friends. He explored new places and enjoyed the warmth of the sun on his feathers. One day, while Pip was flying over the land, he noticed that the leaves on the trees were turning yellow and red. He knew that it was time for him to migrate back to his old home. He had missed his old friends and wanted to see how they were doing. Pip said goodbye to his new friends and promised to come back soon. He knew that he would miss his new home, but he also knew that he would come back someday. As Pip flew over the mountains and the oceans, he felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. He wondered how his old home had changed and what his old friends were doing. Finally, after many days of flying, Pip reached his old home. He landed on a tree and looked around. The forest looked different from when he had left it. The trees were taller, and the leaves had turned yellow and red. Pip flew to the spot where he used to live and found that his old friends were still there. They were happy to see him and welcomed him back with open wings. Pip spent many days catching up with his old friends and sharing stories about his adventures. He told them about his new home and the many friends he had made there. As Pip sat on a branch, surrounded by his old friends, he realized that he had two homes now, his old home and his new home. He knew that he would always carry both of them in his heart, and that he would always be grateful for the lessons he had learned on his journey. As the days passed, Pip enjoyed spending time with his old friends, but he also felt the pull of his new home. He missed the warm sun, the colorful flowers, and the new friends he had made. One day, as he was flying over the forest, he saw a group of young birds trying to build a nest. They were struggling, and Pip could see that they needed help. He flew down to them and offered to help. Together, they worked on building the nest, and Pip showed them some tricks he had learned on his journey. The young birds were grateful for his help, and they asked him to stay and teach them more. Pip realized that he could make a difference in the lives of these young birds, and he decided to stay a little longer. He taught them how to fly faster and higher, how to find the best food and water sources, and how to stay safe from predators. As he spent more time with the young birds, Pip realized that he had found a new purpose. He enjoyed sharing his knowledge and skills with them, and he felt fulfilled knowing that he was making a difference in their lives. Eventually, the time came for Pip to return to his new home. He said goodbye to his old friends and the young birds he had been teaching. He promised to come back soon and continue to help them. As he flew back to his new home, Pip felt grateful for the many experiences he had had on his journey. He realized that his journey had not only led him to a new home, but it had also given him a new purpose and a sense of fulfillment. When Pip arrived back at his new home, he was greeted by his new friends with open wings. They were happy to see him, and they wanted to hear all about his journey. Pip shared his stories with his new friends, and they listened with great interest. They were fascinated by his adventures and the things he had learned on his journey. As he settled back into his new home, Pip felt a sense of belonging. He knew that he had found a new family with his new friends, and he felt grateful for their kindness and acceptance. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Pip continued to explore his new home, and he made even more new friends. He enjoyed the warm sun, the colorful flowers, and the many wonders of his new home. One day, as he was flying over the land, he saw a flock of birds flying south. He realized that it was time for them to migrate to warmer climates, just as he had done before. Pip felt a sense of gratitude and appreciation for his journey. He knew that his journey had not only led him to a new home and new friends, but it had also given him the courage and resilience to face new challenges and overcome obstacles. As he watched the flock of birds fly away, Pip realized that his journey was not over. There were still many wonders to discover, many friends to make, and many lessons to learn. He felt excited and curious about the many possibilities that lay ahead. He knew that his journey had only just begun, and he looked forward to the many adventures that awaited him. Pip continued to explore his new home, and he made even more new friends. He learned new things and shared his knowledge and skills with others. One day, as he was flying over a beautiful lake, he saw a group of birds in trouble. They were caught in a net and could not free themselves. Pip knew that he had to help them. He flew down and worked with the other birds to free the trapped birds. Together, they were able to free them, and they all flew away safely. The trapped birds were grateful for Pip's help, and they thanked him with open wings. They invited him to stay and rest, and they shared stories about their own journeys. Pip realized that his journey had led him to this moment, where he could make a difference in the lives of others. He felt grateful for the opportunity to help, and he realized that his journey had given him the strength and courage to face any challenge. As he flew back to his new home, Pip felt a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. He knew that he had made a difference in the lives of others, and he felt grateful for the many lessons he had learned on his journey. He realized that his journey had not only been about finding a new home, but it had also been about discovering his own potential and the joy of helping others. He felt excited about the many possibilities that lay ahead and the many adventures that awaited him. Years passed, and Pip continued to explore and help others on his journey. He made many more friends, faced new challenges, and learned valuable lessons along the way. As he looked back on his journey, he realized that it had been filled with both joys and struggles. But he also knew that every experience had helped him grow and become the bird he was today. He felt grateful for the many friends he had made, the lessons he had learned, and the sense of purpose he had found on his journey. As he flew over the beautiful landscape, Pip knew that his journey would continue. But he also knew that he was ready for whatever lay ahead. He had the strength, courage, and resilience to face any challenge, and he was excited about the many adventures that awaited him. And so, Pip continued on his journey, flying high, exploring new lands, and helping others along the way. For he knew that the journey of a migrating bird was not just about finding a new home, but it was also about discovering one's own potential and making a difference in the lives of others. And that's the end of Pip's journey. We hope you enjoyed this bedtime story about the adventures of a migrating bird. May you be inspired by Pip's journey to explore and discover the many wonders of the world around you. Remember, just like Pip, you too have the strength, courage, and resilience to face any challenge that comes your way. And just like Pip, you too can make a difference in the lives of others. So, as you drift off to sleep tonight, we wish you a good night filled with sweet dreams and endless possibilities. May your imagination soar high like a bird, and may you wake up tomorrow feeling refreshed, inspired, and ready for another day of exploration and discovery. Good night, and sweet dreams.